Grand rising, and welcome to Blended Healing, the hidden truth. Let's talk about it. Manipulation has many faces, and we're going to start this series today. Ashe, Ashe. May this information come to help those who need the help, to the harm of none, but for educational purposes only. After we have our conversation, then I'm going to, based upon the collective, I'm going to see what message that the divine, excuse me, wants to give you as well. Ashe, Ashe. We have all come across people who seem incredibly friendly, but something just feels a bit off. These individuals often have a knack for manipulation, carefully veiled under a charming persona. The thing about such individuals is that they usually exhibit certain traits that give them away. And identifying these traits can help you maneuver and how you're going to move based upon what type of things that they're trying to do. You feel me? So let's dig a little deep and find out what these common signs are for you to watch out for. I'm just putting you up on game. It's better to be aware than to be caught unaware, right? So let's dive in. The first thing I want to bring your attention to is over charming, overly charming. And you can find that in individuals who are manipulative underneath their friendly exterior through their excessive charm. Now, don't get it twisted. Being charming isn't a bad thing, but it's when charm is used excessively, it can often be a tool for manipulation. And this is because people tend to let their guard down around someone who seems likable or charismatic, right? Manipulators know this and they use their charm to their advantage. It helps them build trust quickly and make you feel comfortable. However, the danger lies in the fact that once the trust is established, it's easier for them to subtly, subtly manipulate the situation to fit what they need. So while it's great to be around charming people, you know, don't let your guard down. Stay alert. If you sense that someone's charms feels too deliberate or over the top, it may be a sign that they have ulterior motives. Remember, genuine charm is effortless, while manipulative charm is calculated. What else do you need to see? Oh, they twist the truth. And I know that some of y'all have experienced this personally, and that you have noticed that this trait often goes hand in hand with manipulative individuals. They're good at twisting the truth. So, say for instance, you have a friend, right? And this friend was cheerful, always the life of any gathering. But over time, you begin to notice something is not right, right? Every time you had a disagreement with this person or a difference of opinion, they had a way of twisting the facts subtly. For instance, say you were planning to do something with this person, right? And they disagree on the end game, right? Of what y'all plans are. You wanted to do something different, and they preferred to do something totally on the other side of the spectrum from what y'all plan to do, that y'all want to do together. So they go and they tell the rest of y'all friends that you was insisting on doing something that they felt exhausting. And they painted a picture that as though you didn't even care what the group wanted to do. Then all of a sudden you feel as though you the bad guy. They're not listening to what you're saying at all. And they don't understand that you were being misrepresented and misunderstood. But you managed to talk about it in such a way that made your friend seem considerate and make you look like you were selfish. This twisting of the truth is a common trait around and among manipulative individuals. They have a tendency for bending reality to suit their narrative and gain the upper hand. Ashe. So watch out for those people who like to play fast and loose with the facts. It could be a sign of underlying manipulation. Number 3, they play the victim. I know. Everybody put your fingers together and rub your middle finger and your thumb together or whatever, right? What is that? The world's smallest violin. Playing victim. But it's effective. It's effective. They have a way of turning situations around to make it seem as that if they're the ones being wronged, even when they're clearly at fault, right? It's quite fascinating to learn that this is considered a syndrome. Yo, I'm dead ass. It's victim syndrome. It's a psychological term used to describe people who tend to perceive themselves or present themselves as victims in different situations. Yo, I'm dead ass. And this is done, right? And if it's executed the right way, it can be incredibly effective, as it's not only diverts attention from their actions, but it also elicits sympathy, making it harder for you to hold them accountable. And if you notice that someone is habitually playing the victim, especially when things go wrong, take a step back and evaluate the behavior objectively. It could be very well be a manipulative tactic that they're using. What about they're masters of guilt tripping? And you can find this among the people who are friendly on the surface, but manipulative underneath. And they have a knack and an ability to make you feel guilty, right? They're masters of guilt tripping, often making you feel bad or not meeting their expectations or doing things their way. Suppose you ever find yourself feeling guilty after interacting with someone, right? Even when you know that you've done nothing wrong. This is a sign that they're manipulating your emotions to their advantage. And it's a way for them to get what they want by making you feel obligated or pressuring you into complying with what they want. Manipulators use this tactic to gain control and influence over other people. So next time you find yourself feeling guilty without any valid reason, consider if it's because the other person's might be trying to manipulate you. What about the flattery to get what they want, right? Who doesn't like to be complimented? We all like to get compliments. But when it comes to manipulative individuals, flattery is used to get what they want. These type of people are adept at giving compliments. They feel good in the moment, but are actually aimed at serving their own interests. Okay, let's do it again. I need you to get this. People, pay attention. Individuals who like to pass out those compliments that make you feel good in that moment are actually aimed at serving their own interests. This is a type of way of influencing you to see things their way or do something that they won't. Come on now. I'm putting you up on game. Say that they shower you with praise about the good things that you do, only to follow it up with a request for a favor. Or what about they might give you a compliment at the way that you handle your decision making skills when they need you to make a decision that suits them. The key here is to watch out for the flattery that doesn't seem genuine or feels out of place. If the compliments only come when they need something from you, it's a sign that they could be using flattery as a manipulation tactic. Don't get it twisted. They will disregard your feelings. And this is one of the most hurtful traits of manipulative people is that they disregard for other people's feelings. They tend to focus solely on their own needs and wants, and often at the expense of those that are around them. So I want you to think about this scenario. How about you are slid up next to this person, right? And you're talking to them and sharing them a personal concern of yours or a problem that you have, right? Only for them to dismiss it or even worse, use it against you later. It's horrible. It's a horrible feeling, isn't it? Yet this is something manipulative individuals often do. They might minimize your feelings, making you feel like you're overreacting, or they may ignore your concerns entirely. This isn't just dismissive, beloved, it's manipulative. It's an attempt to make you doubt yourself and undermine your confidence. I'm putting you up on game. Remember, remember, your feelings are valid. And anyone who makes you feel otherwise, no matter how friendly they may seem on the surface, might not have your best interest at heart. I'm putting you up on something today. They're rarely straightforward. Have you ever noticed that manipulative individuals are rarely straightforward. They often have a roundabout way of communicating, leaving you feel confused or second guessing. Mhm. Do you know anybody like that who would never directly ask for anything, but instead they would hint at it or talk around the subject, making it hard to understand what they really want, right? And if you find yourself constantly trying to interpret their words and their actions, which was both draining and frustrating, this indirect communication is a manipulative tactic used to maintain control. It leaves you unsure and off balance, making it easier for them to manipulate the situation. So if you find yourself feeling confused after interacting with someone, it might be because they're not being straightforward with you. Here's another one. They're always right. Have you ever met someone who just can't admit that they're wrong? This is another trait common among manipulative individuals. They tend to believe that they're always right and will go to great lengths to avoid admitting any fault, whether it's small or if it's a major disagreement or argument. They will twist the facts and change their story or even outright deny any wrongdoing. And this refusal to admit fault isn't just stubbornness, it's a manipulative tactic designed to keep you second guessing yourself. This behavior is exhausting and it's damaging, especially in a close relationship. Beloved, if you find yourself dealing with someone who never admits they're wrong, it's a sign of deeper manipulative tendencies. How about that? They lack genuine empathy. So, at the core of all of these manipulative traits lies one key characteristic: a lack of genuine empathy. Manipulative people often struggle to understand or share the feelings of others, making it easier for them to use people for their own gains. Empathy requires us to put ourselves in someone else's shoes, to feel what they feel. But for someone who's manipulative, other people's feelings are often secondary to their own goals. And this lack of empathy is perhaps the most telling sign of a manipulative individual. Therefore, if you're dealing with someone who seems indifferent to your feelings or regularly dismisses your emotional needs, it may be time to reassess that relationship. It's all about your self awareness, beloved. For you to understand some of these human behaviors, it can be overwhelming, sometimes complex. And what it does is that it intertwines the society and the psychological factors that we deal with on a daily basis in our 3D world. And there's one crucial element to remember when dealing with manipulative individuals: it's the importance of your own self awareness, knowing and understanding yourself, your emotions, your boundaries, your strengths, and your vulnerabilities is a powerful tool. It can help you to tell the difference between kindness and manipulation. And when you're self aware, you're less likely to be swayed by other people's manipulative tactics. Even if someone showers you with compliments or tries to make you feel guilty, you'll be able to recognize it for what it really is. So take this knowledge, think about it, and then use it to navigate this complex labyrinth of human interactions. And remember, awareness is the first step towards change. Ashe, Ashe. So let's find out what other hidden truths there are and allow the divine to speak through me for the benefit of all. And may it not be to the harm of anyone. Take what you need, leave what you don't. Ashe, Ashe. I have prayed over the cards, and the divine and my spiritual counsel has weighed in. This is the hidden secret that's going on behind your back. Please, again, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Ashe. And may these cards be for the good of all and to the harm of none. Ashe. What's happening behind your back is that the person is at a breaking point. They're at a breaking point right now. They feel frustrated. They feel limited. It's the final straw for them and they're overwhelmed as they're sitting at their computer, sitting in a corner with a laptop or a phone or a tablet in their lap. And it is an Apple product that they're using, just to give you more clarity. At this time, they're choosing to wear black. They're sitting on the side of a chair or on a couch next to the couch. It's like they shoved their way into a corner to be hidden in a way, but they're also watching and they have reached their limit. They know that the gig is up for the most part, breaking point. The next one is a past life. Things are coming back to them from their past. It's almost like they're living in a deja vu and they got repeated patterns, but they're also receiving karmic lessons right now. Karmic lessons. The other thing is they feel as though that they're loyal, that they feel that they're trusting. They feel as though you can rely on them and that you believe them, and they come to you like a little puppy dog with a flower in their mouth saying, I'm loyal to you. I love you. You're my friend. Hmm. But they realize that they have made mistakes. Will they vocalize their mistakes? I don't know. They feel as though that they're misunderstood and that they're the victim. But unbeknownst to them, they're standing on the pier, looking out at the water, trying to understand what is happening to them right now. They feel lost. They are lost. They have stress beyond measure right now. There's a lot of turbulence going on. There could be tension around them, and they've been having a lot of arguments. A lot of arguments. They are so stressed out about finances, about bills, about things that they need to do, things that they're not doing, and they are just over freaking whelmed, yo. I just heard living above their means. And lastly, they feel hopeless. They are sinking in despair and they're falling apart. Ashe, Ashe. So that's what's going on behind the scenes. I want to thank you for stopping by Blended Healing on today. I hope that I was able to put you up on some game. You know, I hope I was able to put you up on some game. Until the next time that we meet, Ashe deep bow, and please like, share, and subscribe. And be a great day.